Hello everyone, welcome back to another video where today we are going to be going over what your theories are for the 60th anniversary now that we've seen some more images provided by Entertainment Weekly. But before we get into it, if you could do me a teeny tiny little favour and click that subscribe button, it'd be very much appreciated. We are trying to get to 21,000 subscribers by the end of this month and we're less than like 250 away. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe if you like the content, and even if you are subscribed, double check, because YouTube genuinely does glitch and unsubscribe people. It's been something that I've seen a few comments about, so make sure you are subscribed if you want to be. But with that said, let's get into the video. So yeah, I asked you guys over on Twitter, or X, what your theories were for the 60th, now that we've seen a few more images and details, and these were your responses. Sticking to my guns that Wild Blue Yonder takes place in the dark times, possibly whilst time was running wild. TARDIS starts to die because of it all. So I'm assuming you mean here dark times is before time was under control, because for context, in I think Doctor Who Flux, it's established that time is controlled by space on the planet Atropos. There's like a bunch of beings that control the flow of time, essentially. And what you're pitching is this takes place before that, so time's all wonky, hence the TARDIS being all weird again. That could make sense. However, I do think it would probably be a bit too tied into Flux, given that that was so recent as well. Like, we've already seen the TARDIS kind of going wibbly for that reason. So I doubt they'd do the same reason twice. But I like your theory about going back to the dark times where maybe even the Time Lords weren't in control. I like that idea a lot. They'll be using 13's TARDIS interior for Zarbeast, but for some reason it'll start malfunctioning. In Wild Blue Yonder, it'll send them to some strange location before exploding right as they leave, trapping them at the end of the episode. The new interior is revealed. I quite like this idea. The only reason it's kind of devalued is because we know for a fact that the 13th Doctor's TARDIS interior was demolished prior to 60th anniversary filming and the move to Bad Wolf. So I don't imagine we'll see the 13th Doctor's TARDIS interior. However, we know for a fact that Rachel Talalay has said that she didn't actually get to use the TARDIS set that much during her episode, which is episode 1. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see the new TARDIS until right at the end of her episode and something goes wrong with it. I could totally see that being the case. Every Doctor since 10 will cameo with flashbacks watching over Donna and Rose Noble growing up. I actually really like the idea of the Doctor coming back whilst the companions are growing up and kind of visiting them. It gives me sort of very Amy Pond vibes, and Clara Oswald, actually, in Series 7. Although I must say, there is something quite surreal about the idea of having Peter Capaldi watch over the Nobles. That just feels odd to me. But I like the idea. If they were going to incorporate classic Doctors in any way, that'd be a really cool way of doing it. The TARDIS is presumably under some sort of threat, or is damaged and needs to be repaired, possibly leaving 14 and Donna alone for a story. I think this is the most likely one here. The one picture of the TARDIS being all explodey seems to be in a very similar location to what we've seen of the second special, Wild Blue Yonder, which does seem to be some sort of spaceship. So I could totally see a kind of almost Midnight-esque scenario where they're stuck on this craft, can't get out, maybe something is trying to get in, and yeah, you could get a lot of character moments there as well. I think that's probably the most likely thing that could be happening here. Wild Blue Yonder is a TARDIS-centric story where the TARDIS malfunctions and accidentally transports the Doctor inside its own interior. As we know, the interior is a different dimension, hence why it's bigger on the inside, and the episode is the Doctor and Donna trying to escape, hence the title Wild Blue Yonder, referencing a crazy journey, with blue being a nod to the TARDIS. I actually really like this. We haven't had a TARDIS-centric episode since Journey to the Centre of the TARDIS in 2013, and I've always liked the idea of TARDIS-centric episodes, and it would be one hell of a way to introduce a new interior to have a TARDIS-centric episode surrounding it. And it would also sort of call back to that one Stephen Moffat short where the police box is materialised inside the TARDIS. I could definitely see them doing something like that to show off the new set. And I'm just imagining, because they've mentioned it before, like the drone shots they could do in that TARDIS for that episode would be amazing. Yeah, I would personally love a TARDIS-centric episode for Wild Blue Yonder. Whether that'll happen or not, I don't know. I doubt it. It'd be really cool if it did, because that set, from all the leaks we've seen, looks huge and massive and incredible, and I honestly can't wait to see it. And as I say, Doctor's Wife is one of my favourite revival stories. I've always had a soft spot for TARDIS-centric ones, Invasion of Time notwithstanding. So yeah, I actually really like that idea as well. The ship is trying to land on an extremely strong force field that destroys the TARDIS upon entry, so the Doctor and Donna have to stay on the spaceship and stay alive while it's redecorating. Again, very similar to the previous pitch, but I do like the idea of them trying to, like, maybe tail a ship. The ship is just so strong that the TARDIS kind of breaks down. That would be really interesting. Possibly they could even be tailing Beep the Beep ship following the end of the Star Beast. Maybe they decide, oh god, he's escaping, let's try and follow him, and they crash in the process. That'd be really fun. I'm just speculating there, but I really like that idea. Donna spills coffee on the TARDIS, it malfunctions, and they head off into the wild beyond it, accompanied by Susan. Honestly, Donna spilling coffee on the TARDIS is the most in-character thing Donna could possibly do. I know you're doing it as a joke. As for the Susan thing, Susan has honestly been heavily speculated for the 60th. I guess if they were to do a TARDIS-centric episode, I remember once there being a short story written where Susan had created kind of a hologram of herself inside the TARDIS. So that would be a really cool way of incorporating Susan into the 60th anniversary. But yeah, I honestly just love the idea of Donna spilling coffee on the TARDIS and that causing something. Feels very in character for her. But what do you guys think? What are some of your theories for Wild Blue Yonder? If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like. Comment down below your theories down in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you later.